Hello, my dear friends, and welcome back to the channel once again. If it is your first time here, my name is Gigo, and today we are back at the beach project. Where in our previous episode we started with the roofing, the woodwork for the roofing. Today, the update is about the facial board, which you can see, which is painted the gray color. So that's the facial board, and also we'll go through the process of the woodwork and I will explain one or two things. We did something special here with this roofing. So for those that are seeing this project for the first time, this is a 5 bedroom project. We have 2 bedroom downstairs and we have 3 bedroom upstairs, so it's very spacious. And the size of the project is 52 feet by 43 feet. That is the size of this project. So it is a normal structure. It is not like a small, construction. It is a huge house, as you can see. And the total cost so far, for this project, which is like from all the way from foundation to the length to the roofing stage, excluding the wood materials, so just the block work and the concrete casting cost us 33,000. So that is just for the structure work, 33,000 US dollars. And then the roofing we've estimated it's going to cost us 7,900. So the total cost for this whole structure, including the roofing when it's done, which we are going to use the slate roofing sheet when it's done. We will also have to paint it. I didn't state that in my previous video, but we will have to paint it because it's close to the sea. We want to give it a color, so we will, because it normally comes in a gray form, but because of the painting we'll be using for the structure, we want it to match, so we have to paint it. And I think you will be seeing that in my coming episode. So the total cost so far has been 40,900 US dollars. So if we run it up, we're talking about 41,000 US dollars for a 5 bedroom house, all the way to the roofing state, when the roofing is completed. We already have the roofing sheet already. We bought it already. That is why I'm able to come up with these figures. So this is not an estimate. This is the actual price we spend on this project. So let me know what you think about the price. You think it's too expensive? You think it's reasonable, or it's like cheap? Let me know what you guys think. And if you want to see what has really gone through this project, you can check in my playlist, the beach project. You see all the materials we use. We didn't cut any corners. The cement really went in. The materials, if you check, you will see what I'm trying to talk about. It also has the cost estimate from each stages, from foundation to the decking, the first decking, and then the block laying coming on top. I think till the first floor, which was foundation, till the first decking cost us around 22,000. So getting to this point, it's almost like half. So it makes sense.
This is where we reach so far. So now we knock our paling, we knock our rafter, then the paling, everything finished. Yeah, so now we are coming to cut the mouth. After the mouth, then we start the knock our facial board. So this is our design for the timber work now. Yeah, as you can see. So this particular place now, this is the polytank area. So this another our polytank will be here.
So that's info for you, our carpenter on the channel, and he is in charge of the roofing. And you can see the work done for yourself. Amazing work done. Very beautiful, work done by FO. So this project, what we did with the roofing is that, we made another a staircase which goes into the roofing. So actually, you can even have a room in the roofing if you want. You can just have a place where you could just go and hide, and we want to use it as a panic room. So just in case you are in your room and there's an attack or something, you can easily, climb and go upstairs and just hide yourself. We'll be putting some security things there, but when the time comes, I'm not going to share those things with you. But this is just a tip. So where you see the block being laid is where where you're gonna have the poly tank. And then we made a roof, and like I said, we made a roof. I think this is something you will see in most houses in Europe or in US, where you can climb and go into the ceiling. People do have rooms in the ceiling. It's almost the same thing. And the reason why we do this is also because when let's say when you have a fault, if you have electrical fault, in your ceiling, you don't have to like break, if you've done, let's say you've done pop, you don't have to break everything down. You can just walk into the ceiling and just go in there and just fix whatever you want to fix. You can walk on the blocks. As you can see, you can walk on the blocks and all of that. So that's one thing I would like to share with you guys. This will be extra cost if you want to have something like this. As you see how it's climbing up, and all of from here is the roofing. So everything you see here is the roofing, and so this means that you are inside of the roofing, and you can see whatever. Even though you have your ceiling, everything will be covered, but you can see the cables and everything, which goes through. Just in case there's a fault, you can easily fix it. And this is where we're going to have the panic room. We're going to put some security features in there, and if they don't tell you, like, you will never know that this is a place where you can go and hide in case of emergency or something. And also, it is also a best way for you to clean the poly tank. Sometimes, when I think in a year you have to clean your poly tank like 2 times, once every 6 months. Sometimes people do have it difficult because they put their poly tank so high, and climbing up and down is a problem. So we also created the place where, from this place you can just go out there and just go and clean your poly tank. So this is a poly tank area. You just go there, you just clean your poly tank. And another advantage of, implementing this into your structure, because it brings air into the ceiling. So, Africa, it's really hot. So with this, you have air breeze blowing through the ceiling, keeping it cool and stuff. So it reduces also, the usage of electricity using air condition, because of what we created from by the poly tank. It brings the air breeze in there, and it's a place where we're going to close. It has a windows and a door. Like I said, it's going to have a windows and a door. And at the same time, you can use this place also as a storage place where you can keep things that you don't need, your luggages. And we in Africa, we do have so many things. We always find it difficult to throw things away. So this is also a spot where you can just go and keep your stuff, and don't waste the space in your hip roof. Make good use of it. If you have a good team like Gigo Production Group, this is how we design our houses. So get in touch with us. So there's something I would like to share with you guys, and also, let's have a discussion in the comment section. If you've been on the channel, you know that anytime I put my cost breakdown, people normally comes and say it is very cheap, and people charge more for their building and stuff. There are so many factors that comes into it, but let's just look at this. Let's look at why, buying house in Ghana is expensive. Let's do this simple calculation, and let's see whether those houses are expensive or they are just as I am saying it here on the channel. Okay, so just imagine. So far we spent like 41,000 all the way from foundation to the roofing. The finish hasn't come yet. So let's imagine that we're going to spend 50,000 more, or 50 to 60,000 US dollars more to do all the finishing of this work. Which means that we're going to do the plastering, the electricals, we're going to buy the tiles, we're going to fix all the electricals. Okay, by the way, I just want to show you this is the roofing we are going to use, the slate. So that's the roofing sheet that we're going to use. This is just by the way. So as I was saying, the 50 to 60,000 US dollars to finish the whole thing, burglar proof, windows, painting, electrical, lighting, everything is on working. So meaning we are talking about roughly 90,000 to 100,000 US dollars to build this 5 bedroom house, which I think is a reasonable price. But there's one thing that we are forgetting about, which is the reason why the houses are being priced so high is the land. So it's the location of the house. So now let's say we are talking about 90 to 100,000 for a 5 bedroom house. How much does your land cost? So in Accra, we all know that land is going between like 20,000 to like 50,000 depending on the location. So if you add that, we're talking about 120. Some places are also like really expensive, some lands are also cheaper. So let's also consider, the location of the place. For example, this land by the coastside will cost you like between 80 to 100,000 US dollars. A land like this by the seaside is a very expensive. So that means we are roughly talking about 120, we are talking about 200,000. We are already 200,000 for this 5 bedroom house if we should put the price of the land as well. But then we are all building at different locations, so the prices, but I'm just talking about Accra, building in Accra. And another thing we're also forgetting about is the landscaping, the compound, and the fence wall. If you put that price also there, let's say it's going to cost you another 20,000 to do the fence wall and the landscaping, everything, 220,000. So I think this is a reasonable price for a 5 bedroom house, 220, 250. I just did this calculation. This is just a rough calculation to give you an idea how much it can cost you, you know, if you want to build a house. So with this price, will you build or will you buy? The one disadvantages of you building is that if you don't have a very good team and you have to break things, you have to, the hustle, the stress, all of those things. So just imagine a developer is building this and it has cost him like 250. How much do you think is going to put his percentage on? So that's why most of the prices are 300, 320, 400, and that. So yeah, this is just a general thing I just thought about, and I'm saying let me put it out there. Let's not bash our developers in Ghana. They are also doing their best for us, and they also go through the stress. You can imagine what people are going through building their own house, the hustle. They'll go through all of those hustle for us. So yeah, let's also appreciate them. As I see comment that people are bashing them too much and people compare their houses to mine and what I've done so far. But this is just the initial stages, you know. So this is just by the way.
These are selenoids. We start the selenoids. These are 2x2 that we are using for the selenoids. So they are bringing it from the down to the top. Now I'm going to the roofing top. As you can see, I'm climbing my steps from the first floor. So here now you reach here, you will see that here will be plain. So I walk from the ground up to the roofing inside. So this is how our woods go. Yeah. The top here be 3 bedroom. Here be 1 bedroom. And then this part, our poly tank will be the back of this wall. This is our poly tank area. The poly tank is here. But we have door here. You can pass through in and out. Maybe this direction, this area, you can put some bed, student mattress here. Then you rest here small, like small room. So here is the hall. Another bedroom too is here. Now we are hooking the wall. We are hooking the wood to the wall so that if it rain or the wind blower, you can't take off the wood from the roofing top. So that is our rod that we are using. We are using to hook the wood.
So the woodwork is almost completed. In my next episode, we'll be seeing the roofing sheet and we're going to start placing the roofing sheet. So if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, kindly please do subscribe so that when I post my next episode, you'll get a notification. So I think this brings us to the end of today's episode. I really do appreciate your time spent here on the channel. Please don't forget to like this video and share it to a friend. It's all about motivating each other to move in the right direction. So thanks once again, and I'll see you in my next episode. Look to we.